Hi everyone, we'd like to welcome you to the Londonderry View. You'll notice that one of our key co-hosts is not with us tonight, our Kathy, but we do have Bonnie, myself Sherry, and Kirby, and we have a lot to talk to you about tonight. So first we'd like to wish you a happy October. The weather's changing, and Kirby.
Thankfully the leaves too,
Yes.
with the drought and everything, where I wasn't sure if we'd get some foliage this year. With October comes Halloween. It's a holiday. I don't know if you consider it an actual holiday or not, but in the spirit of Halloween, we have trick-or-treating this year in the town of Londonderry from, I think it's the 29th, which is a Saturday from 4 to 7. Just so people are aware, make sure you put your candy bowls out. Or go trick-or-treating yourself. I don't know. I was like 10 the last time I went. And it's kind of like a spooky topic to start off on. Are you guys familiar with the clowns?
Very scary.
Yes.
Very,
and
very
the fact
scary.
that, well, first off, I think that some towns and schools are banning people from dressing up as clowns this Halloween because of what's been going on.
Right.
So I was able to do a little bit of research today in terms of how this phenomenon has progressed over the past couple weeks. And it's a frenzy. It was born in South Carolina. I guess it started off with a couple clowns in the woods. Kind of creepy. I mean, you don't want to be going on a jog and then seeing a clown. I actually saw a video surfacing on Facebook about a week ago where this guy was going on his run and he just brought his cameras filming nature, and he went to run over a bridge and there was a clown on the bridge. Clown turned away and started running for him. I would have run for my life.
Oh.
I would have been out of there before you could say clown. Like, I hate clowns. I don't know about you guys.
It's scary. It's just scary.
It is. And so this past week, actually Monday night, Merrimack College in North Andover, Massachusetts, had a lockdown because there were reports of an armed clown. And they said something about like the clown having a gun, and I know that they were evacuating some of the dorms as well. So it's scary because you don't know if it's like a joke, or it's like a big prank, or if it's something along the lines of I think CNN reported it possibly being a cult. And so I guess they haven't been armed recently, but you don't know how this is going to progress. And it's just kind of scary.
The worst of it is I don't know, the media seems to make everything
blow out of water.
It really does.
But I'm afraid of clowns. So the second they say there's clowns scaring people,
and
I'm going to start carrying a gun. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
So it started, so some of the other instances when I was doing my research today, in Hampton, Virginia, a 13-year-old girl was charged with threatening to kill her teacher. She hired a clown to kill her teacher. So that's why, to me, it almost seems less of a phenomenon and more of a cult-like situation. And then there were prosecutors in Houston who said a 14-year-old boy there used the image of a clown to threaten a school. And he's being charged with a terroristic threat.
Wow.
So, people are taking this really seriously. I mean,
they should.
It's scary.
It is scary because you
don't
know. You don't know what's happening.
No, exactly.
And you could be it could be very innocent.
Yeah.
And it could be.
Which is what it started off with. It was just the clowns in South Carolina hiding in the woods, in those condo association woods. And I don't know, from there, it just kind of seemed to progress, and I don't know if it was something where people were talking to each other or if people thought it was a cool idea, so they started dressing up as clowns.
Right.
But now it's getting to the point where they're banning, which is a very popular Halloween costume.
Yes.
But I also did a lot of research today based on people who are clowns for a living. Cool job. The
Kirby,
balloons and everything.
Yeah.
Cool job.
Come to the house.
But they're giving them a bad name. So some guy had reported to ABC that he does clown birthday parties, but now he just lost 3 parties because parents have called it off because kids are now terrified of clowns.
Kirby, I never even
one
thought
instance.
of that. When the girls were little, and I'd completely forgotten about this until now. When we had a wonderful clown from up North Conway area, Bobo the clown, and Sean.
I think I've met Bobo.
Bobo the clown. And I mean, my girls fell in love with him.
Yeah.
We fell in love with him.
It's
the
sad.
nicest. I came to the girls' birthday parties. We'd see him up north.
Because those are the innocent ones.
And he will lose a business because of this
my
foolishness,
parents,
which is horrible.
Well, not my friend's parents got a clown for her birthday, but then she cried her eyes out because she hates clowns. So that's
Yeah.
gonna turn into
well, this is
certain,
gonna,
you
how
know.
scary though. You're right.
But,
People don't think
yeah.
of the repercussions down the road.
Exactly,
With
It
it.
but it's just
spreads a lot of
happening.
fear.
Yeah,
It
and it's
does.
just
It
happening.
spreads a lot of fear
Yep.
and annoyance
Boy.
with this.
It's just, and for people who are deathly terrified of clowns like
anyone.
myself, just
Yeah.
the sight of one makes
Yeah.
me want to
Oh, my
like
See, they don't
hide
make
it
me,
under a
they've
rock.
never made me nervous.
No.
I'm never scared of them.
Boy.
It's the
But,
face, it's
but
the paint
right
and the hair.
now,
Now.
it's like if I seen one, I would think
yeah,
twice.
I
Or
can't
if
even-
a kid
yeah.
comes to the door, trick or
It's-
treating, you
they've
know,
given clowns
you're
a
gonna
bad name.
think.
You're
Can you
right.
go to McDonald's without getting freaked out by Ronald McDonald?
Oh,
Like,
that's
I-
funny.
it's
terrifying.
Yeah, see, I
You're right.
never was. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
it for all the kids' parties,
That's
Yeah.
and all my grandchildren's parties.
Yep,
You
you
know,
just don't think
never.
about it.
No, it
Nope,
never.
you don't.
Oh my God.
But if you're,
it's
if it
satanic,
bought,
it's
yeah,
disgusting.
see,
But you know what's scary in your research, Kirby? You have here, it only started in late August.
Yeah,
So
and it's
we're
already
a
made this
month
big of an
out.
impact.
And it's all, it's that
And
social
it's funny how it
media
happens so
again.
close to
Wow.
Halloween too. So it's at the point now where they're going to ban costumes because you're not going to know,
Right.
especially
Well, this
on
is
Halloween
it.
night.
this is, it's
And-
gonna
and,
be
you know,
scary for the kids.
Yeah.
Because they
Makes me-
see this all
You're
on
right,
TV.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be some kind of a fine where if you end up wearing a clown costume.
Well,
That's a
did they
good idea.
ban it? Did they
A lot
say?
of towns
A
and
lot of
schools
towns
are banning it,
really?
and, like more towards the south, so Georgia, South Carolina,
Yeah.
where these
Boy.
instances are coming to light and really
Yeah, it's
causing
scary.
problems in the
Yeah,
areas.
I mean,
Boy.
you've got
Kids can
people
even
going,
stand it- yeah.
they're dressed up, yeah, I mean, a lot
Oh.
of schools
Mm-hmm.
ban certain costumes that the kids can't
Yes,
go to
anyway,
school
right,
with.
right.
Yeah.
You know, but
So towns now are starting
yeah.
to.
You know what I
ban
wonder
on
with
them.
this, and it's like anything. The truth always comes out.
Yeah.
And so I know that these clown people are not saying anything
Clown
yet.
people.
But you know,
So-
at some point, there's another point to this. Like,
Yes.
what's the next thing they're going to do?
Exactly.
Are
That's
they gonna
why when they
harm
started
someone?
carrying
Yeah.
weapons, you don't know if it
Yes.
starts off as
So
innocent. It's
someone's
like
gonna leak,
cult-like.
we'll hear
It's
it.
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, I bet
Because
you
you
the
don't
next
know if
week.
it's going to spread all over the country.
Right. And
Yeah.
what's their next point
But
to
once
this?
the media starts,
That's what.
That's
this
when it
is,
blows-
I
it gets
mean,
blown out of
it really
proportion.
does blow out of proportion.
But at the
It does.
same
Gives them the
time,
attention they
I mean,
want.
they have to warn you, but it's
I
all
think,
over
yeah.
social media.
I think when
mean,
the
they
North,
got
I think when the
pictures.
Merrimack College incident happened,
Yeah.
that's when things
Yeah.
kind of took a turn for the worse. And they're like,
Absolutely.
okay, maybe these clowns have a different intention.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
my
that's
daughter's
what the whole
school, too,
thing
there was
is.
one very, very scary.
Really?
Yes. You know,
Now,
my
where-
other, up in the Manchester area, yes, and there was one walking around the parking lot and
Nope.
scared
Nope.
all the, yeah.
I would have.
Yeah,
I would.
scared all the
Yeah.
I have
kids,
pepper
yeah.
spray. That clown would have gotten pepper sprayed in
Well,
the face.
Kirby, I am with you, and that's exact. Now, the other
No, thank you.
repercussion I think here too is that so far these clowns have not been harmed, but
Yes.
one clown is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
step in front of
That's
the
what's-
wrong person,
And
then
the
shot
kind
pepper
of like
spray
what's
might
going
be
on
their
with
lucky
the police
thing.
and
Yes.
Absolutely, because
Definitely.
just like
Yeah.
you said, if one came up to me, pepper spray. I mean, I wouldn't
Oh.
even think twice
You
because I'd be
can't think-
petrified.
I mean, it's the same thing if
Yeah.
you live
It's
alone.
terrifying.
Absolutely,
And
right.
you got to
right.
open the door for
Especially on
these
Halloween.
kids on
Right,
Halloween.
yeah.
Are you able to peek
And-
out a window to make
yeah.
sure first?
And-
Okay.
and
Clown,
I
no
mean,
candy for you.
know, I mean,
Hopefully the
it's-
parents will have-
You should have a
think
sign that
of
says
all
no
the
candy for
people.
clowns.
Yeah.
Seriously,
You're
I
right,
wouldn't
though,
go up
you're
to your
right.
door then.
But you
Don't waste my time.
But inevitably, there's going to be one that's going to be shot or beaten,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
That's what's
pepper
gonna
sprayed will be the
happen.
Yeah.
least, because that's the pattern. This is
Yeah.
what's going to happen
Yeah,
in
But just the
history.
fact that
is-
like
Yeah.
a 13-year-old
And then all of a
girl,
sudden it'll stop.
Yeah.
Because if that happens to one, then
Yeah.
all the others will not
Right.
think it's so cool to
Yeah.
terrorize kids and people and
And a
you know.
13-year-old girl,
Oh
like
my
hiring a
gosh,
clown. Not only that,
horrible.
where does a 13-year-old girl get her hands on a clown that's willing to murder a teacher?
Oh my
like
gosh, scary.
it was
Because it could actually be somebody
So it
that
said that somebody
she
was
gets
posing as a clown on social media. There's
Yeah.
another thing. How does a 13-year-old have access? I mean, I mean, when I have kids, like I'm not planning on letting my 13-year-old have Facebook or
Well,
any social media.
wonder
Here's,
what it'll
you
be
know
then,
what?
right? You
Yeah.
wonder, right?
You don't know that because it turns out they do get on there and you think you're not going to let them do it. But
But
you
they
have
sneak
to
around.
know their password.
Yeah.
Even today, I mean, these kids that have cell phones, this is what the whole problem is. Their cell phones have internet.
Yeah.
This is where
That's
all
true.
the
Good
problem,
point.
because you got to remember, through the cell phones, years ago when I was growing up or my kids were growing up, they had to pass through me to get to the phone.
Yeah.
right.
Because your phone was in the
That
house.
attached to the wall.
Right,
And
now
you heard
you
the
got-
conversation. You could hear
I would
the
die if I
conversation.
lived.
What
But
a
now
different
you
world
got
on,
these
right.
kids. It's a
have
completely
In their
different
bedrooms.
world.
Yeah.
It's scary. You don't know what they're
Okay,
going to be
that's a
talking
good
about.
point. That's
yeah.
a good point. So it would have been very easy for the 13-year-old girl to have
Oh my goodness.
Right,
And a lot
yeah.
of
So, but just like for the 14-year-old boy to be, charged with making a terroristic threat at 14 years old. Like,
Scary.
that's the thing is now that anything clown related is being taken seriously.
Seriously.
And it's ruined those people who keep
right.
this as a profession and
Yeah,
make
it
the
does.
cute little balloon animals and,
Yeah, that you don't like.
No, I like the balloon animals, not the clowns.
Not
you could
the
be in a
clowns.
clown suit and make me a balloon animal. I went to not the Deerfield Fair. There was a fair a couple weeks ago. I forget what town it was in. It was a very small fair, but there was a lady there making
The
balloon
balloons,
animals.
that's right.
And she was in a clown outfit, and I was with my friend and her little 1.5-year-old daughter. They wanted to go over to see the clown. No, I stayed 50 feet away.
Yeah,
Nope.
that's amazing.
It's like, I don't know what it is.
What
It's the hair.
did something happen
No.
when you was younger?
Oh, I saw
or-
those stupid clown movies and those horror
Or the
films.
oh,
Yeah.
the clown.
Those
Yeah.
things
That's
ruin
right.
it for you. So
That's
I
right. I
just,
forget the name of that movie, but
I mean,
you're
next
right, it
to
was a
spiders,
clown.
it's pretty much
Boy.
clowns. That's pretty high up there.
Boy, well, kind of moving on from clowns.
But
and
also,
people,
yeah. Oh, wait,
great.
no, you go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just kind of thinking here that, and not to say that the debates that have just happened, presidential and vice
Oh, yes.
presidential, but some people, not me, did refer to some clowning behavior or the clowns that might be involved. I actually was very impressed with the two candidates running for president. Tough gig for whoever is doing it. But and then the vice presidential, well, wow, whole different opinion on that too. But anyway, some people have referred to that as clowns or clowning around.
Yeah.
Clowning around.
So what do you think, girls, about that? What's our thought?
Well, let's let
We
our
all-
friend here that went
Oh,
to
Kirby, that's
she went to
right.
the debate,
Yeah.
Bonnie,
the
I almost
president's
forgot
debate.
that.
Yeah.
2 days before, so my boyfriend and I packed up and we road tripped it to New York.
Kirby, a
so-
once in a lifetime.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was incredible. I mean, just the whole
Oh.
experience itself, being there in person, and it was so cool to be behind the scenes of all the what goes on with the
Can't even
media. Like they
imagine.
had told us when we had gotten our tickets. First off, we made it kind of a day trip of it. We went to New York City. It was a lot of fun. Able to walk around New York City a little bit. I saw the 9/11 memorial, which having it been
Is that the
September at
first
that
time?
time, that's the first time I've seen it.
Really?
I've driven by it. I've never
Yeah.
actually had the opportunity
Okay.
to stop and look.
Yeah.
It's chilling. It gives
Yeah.
you goosebumps. And like to see roses and flowers being left all around the memorial.
Yeah.
We didn't go into the museum or anything, but just being at the memorial was really cool. So, and obviously had to stop at the M&M store. A little snack while we were in traffic waiting. But so when we picked up our tickets, I expected nothing special in
You'd be
regards
happy
to the
to be
tickets.
against the wall.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I was
That's-
like, but even just the tickets themselves. So we picked them up. It was like an Air and Space Museum in New York. It was 20 minutes outside New York City. It was towards Long Island. It was this massive glass museum. And at first I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad I got a little dressed up for this. And
You
my
look
boyfriend was
beautiful
in
in
a
the
suit. He looked
pictures.
very handsome.
Yes, he did. I see
Yeah,
the
okay. So we walked in and like, it was almost like there was just like a smaller group of people. We actually started waiting in the line of the Hofstra University students, which they were able to give, I think, something like 200,
200, I think it was
200
tickets,
tickets
yeah.
to the students, which
was nice.
I would have
That
loved
was
that
nice. Yeah.
experience in college. I
Yeah.
would have absolutely loved it. But they said something like 2,500 kids. I forget how many exactly. It was thousands of kids went out to bid for these tickets.
Yeah.
And they did a drawing, so only 200 kids got it. And I mean, just watching those 200 kids in line, like, they looked pretty excited to be there. So,
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
sure
I would
they
have kicked
were.
them out if they
Yeah.
weren't. So we were waiting in that line, and then we realized we're not students. So we got into our line, and so they set the booths up. There was the Hillary campaign and the Donald campaign. So from what I understand, too, each campaign only got a certain amount of tickets. So Matt and I
Right.
are standing there like, how out of all these people in this entire country did
Oh
we
my
get
God.
2 tickets?
Yeah.
And actually, I have to give a shout out to Al Baldessaro, who was our guest last time, because
Right.
he very kindly hooked us up with those tickets. So I had
Very
asked him
nice.
about it a while ago. He stayed on it with the campaign,
Good
and
man,
Very
good
nice.
man.
good to have hookups.
Yes.
So, and we found out last minute, so it's kind of like a fun spare the moment,
Yeah,
sporadic
that
road
was
trip.
good.
So once you got your ticket, they kind of ushered you into this little area where they had refreshments, and it was set up like a wedding venue. And I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
okay, now this is real.
Yeah.
And so, shockingly, we actually ran into somebody else we know.
Oh,
So
wow.
he
From
works for
here?
the state. He works with the. He's done things with the state party in New Hampshire. And so we're like, okay, small world. And there were a couple other friends of mine from the past there from the state party. There were only like 2 or 3 of them. So they bussed us over to the debate hall, and just like walking in to like this massive with banners that said, you know, 2016 presidential debate. Oh my gosh, it was a dream come true for me.
Well,
like
that was
I have
such a love of
glad.
politics.
I cannot explain to you. It was Christmas morning. It was everything all in one.
Oh,
Like
that's
a
something.
feeling I can't explain. And so when you walked in, they had a red carpet, and
Oh
you'd walk
my
up the red carpet,
gosh.
and on each side of the red carpet, they had like information regarding past presidential debates, about presidential candidates from the past, presidents
Oh,
of the past.
see,
So it
that
was
would
like
be
it was
interesting.
historical.
Yeah.
So then we were ushered into the debate hall, which was sitting down and looking at that stage live. Like I told a friend of mine to send me a picture of what it looked like on TV, but it had not been shown on TV yet. I mean, there were news crews broadcasting from there, which you could hear in the background, because they had separate media booths too. So I think it was like ABC, CNN, Fox, and I don't know who the other one was. So at about 8:45-ish, they told people they had to shut off their cell phones. Guess who didn't listen? How do you think I got all those pictures?
That's right.
But
That's right.
I did shut it off once they said put it in airplane mode so that way it doesn't vibrate, it doesn't go off, because they didn't not want the crowd to be loud. Something else we didn't listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard when you're there because you want to
That excited.
participate so badly,
Yeah.
and like. I mean, later on we had watched it on TV because you weren't able to really, we were sitting more towards the back, you weren't really able to see what their facial expressions
Close
were
up.
close up.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
The
kind of cool
moderator,
to,
could you see the
yes.
moderator?
Oh, no, well, yeah, you could see him pretty
Okay.
clearly. So he came out, and at like 8:50, they told us we had to be quiet. So because all the
8:50,
all the media outlets were going to broadcast live. And so all of a sudden, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 of the ones that were in the debate hall just like were going crazy live. And so we were like squeezing hands. We were so excited. We were like, this is so awesome.
That's wonderful.
But yeah, being there and seeing not only like their face, but their body expressions and the way that they moved. I mean, personally, because I am voting for him, I did think Donald acted much more presidential. I do think Hillary had some very good points.
Absolutely.
I think both candidates did better than I expected that they would. Some parts were kind of like they lost me a little bit. I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. But the whole experience itself is just like incredible. And then going home and watching it on TV.
Yeah, well,
was
that's,
just-
yeah.
yeah.
What
that's a
time did
good
you
thing.
leave? Like, so it starts at 9, as it did.
Yeah.
But then is it pretty much when it's done, it's done, and
When
everyone
it's done,
leaves?
it's done.
Wow.
Well, we got the opportunity that candidates after had shaken some hands with some people. Fortunately, we were a couple rows towards the back, so we didn't get a chance to do that. So we're like, okay, that's okay. We went up to the stage. I touched the carpet, and I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
Great.
Just because, like, that was they categorized that as the most watched debate in presidential history.
Yeah.
Boy.
And Matt and I were there, so can't beat that.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
So we got to like kind of hang around. We met people, got a couple pictures,
Nice.
and then after, something really cool happened too that we didn't expect. One of my best friends works for Anheuser-Busch. In their marketing department. She does a lot of the political stuff. She was at the debate in the spin room. So the spin room is the room where all the media outlets are.
Yeah.
Oh, another dream of mine came true there. Have you guys ever heard of Waters World? Jesse Waters. It's on Fox News.
Yes, just
Yeah,
recently.
he interviews
though.
college students, people on the streets, asks questions, looks specifically for stupid answers. It's the most entertaining Fox
Oh, that
program
I
there
think
is.
I've seen
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has. Yeah,
With O'Reilly.
It's
O'Reilly
fantastic.
Came from that,
I
right?
saw
I just
him
never knew.
Dark
in the
hair,
spin
dark
room.
hair.
Yeah, dark
Oh my
hair.
gosh,
and he
right.
like on TV. It's funny. He's portrayed as this like I expect him to be this like tall 6'5",
I would have too, yeah.
like broad guy.
Yeah.
He's a shrimp. I mean, he's a great guy. I'm still gonna watch his
But he's
show, but
small.
Yeah.
he was like my height. He was a little bit taller than me, but he was just a small guy. And man, I looked at each other. We're like, that's
I
Jesse
would've
Waters.
pictured-
We're like, not what we
with Bill
pictured.
O'Reilly, that
He does it on Bill O'Reilly.
he
Yes,
does. I think,
exactly.
Bill
They're in
O'Reilly
cahoot with
found
each other.
him,
Yes,
found him
he
on
did.
his show, and then kept sending him out.
Yeah,
and he's so popular.
he's
Wow.
fantastic. He takes
he's-
both sides. He asks questions for
Wow.
both
And he's funny.
candidates.
He's natural
he is
humor.
hilarious.
Yeah,
like
great.
some of the answers he gets to, it's kind of sad that some of these kids are paying
know.
$50,000 for an education that they're clearly not getting.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah, it's a little depressing.
So now when something was said in the debate that might have been, not thinking quite as quick as you needed to on your feet, in the room behind, was there like or comments, or was it still
there
pretty
were
quiet?
people making comments to themselves
Right.
that you could hear because
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
sitting on your
Wow,
row. And I mean,
boy.
we were surrounded by senators, by congressmen, by people
fascinating.
from the public. I was
Right.
seriously in my heaven. That is my
Oh,
heaven.
it
Yeah.
has to
So
be
you could hear
amazing.
people talking to one another
Sure.
and smirking at something maybe Hillary said or something Donald said and say, like you could hear like so you
Yeah.
could-
Sure.
by the end of the debate you
I
knew
wondered
who was
if everyone
voting
would
for who.
be.
Yeah.
You're like
that
Trump, Hillary
interesting?
Trump.
Boy,
But there
That's
were other
a funny thing.
there were
because
yeah.
There's still so many undecided on
So
that.
what do you?
I mean,
We-
I am
yeah.
so undecided. I mean, just so undecided on that. I
Well,
don't
no
like either
vote
one of
is,
them.
Yeah, no
I
vote.
really don't.
You're not going to vote.
I'm
Boy.
probably going to
You
vote
vote,
when
yeah.
Don't
the
look at the
time-
presidential candidates. Look at the VP candidates too.
Yeah.
Good point too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
going in so we so towards the end you could tell who everyone was voting for, which is kind of cool.
No one right there.
But then there were times that when we rewatched it on TV too, we realized, us as a crowd did make loud comments and we were asked not to. They went over that with us at the beginning, and I know that was also at the VP debate as well.
Yes.
So in terms of the VP debate, I unfortunately was not at that one, which is fine.
Yeah.
I would have picked the presidential over VP any day. But what did you guys think of the VP debate this past week?
I thought
Tim interrupted all the time.
he did, but so didn't Pence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did at the beginning, and then I think we got more information from.
You're being careful. It's like from
Yeah.
I definitely
From
Kane.
Tim. Yes,
Yeah.
I think we got more
But
information
the
of
bottom,
what.
the
But-
other part is majority of his information was not correct.
Well,
and a
it
lot
depends
of the studies
on.
had come out.
Yeah, it depends
after.
on. How you look at it.
He seemed nervous. He interrupted.
He did, yeah.
He
He stu-
interrupted
it's like
he
Pence
studied
too
it for
much.
hours.
Like
Yeah.
as soon as Pence started saying something, no, like don't.
And then
yeah.
Pence would
Yeah.
And
almost
the,
would
the
smile,
moderator.
kind of.
Yeah,
The
but
moderator.
he did at the beginning too. Pence, he kind of.
He did a couple times, but he was
did.
a little
But
smoother.
because
in
I
that
think
sense.
he was either on. Should I say that?
Say it.
I think he maybe was on something to calm him down.
Oh
to
my
be
goodness.
perfectly honest with you,
To be
because
honest, that's
he,
the way
I
he
didn't-
always
I-
acts.
I
though.
didn't-
people
I
from
loved his
Indiana.
I
mannerisms.
loved
See
his
the-
mannerism.
the
I
thing
thought
on
his
there.
mannerism
his
was very
mannerism,
presidential.
too. But
That
you
is
thought
how
that he
Trump
was on,
acted
like, that he
too.
was-
Yeah, he was like a
He's
space
very
shot.
presidential. That's how he always is.
See, I
direct
just,
opposite. I was
you
so
know,
impressed with him. I wish he
Yeah.
was
I
running
was
in
very
many
impressed.
ways.
Oh yeah, Tim. Not Tim. Sorry,
Governor,
not Tim Kaine.
Governor
Mike Pence
yeah.
for president.
I wish
like,
he
all the
was
way.
running. Yeah.
I definitely think
Yeah.
that Mike Pence did a much
They're
better
gonna
job
make a
in the
great
sense that he
team.
acted more presidential.
Yes, he did.
Tim
Yeah.
Kaine acted too nervous. He did too much interrupting.
he was
They
trying to
came
get
out
in
after.
there.
Yeah,
Fox News
he
came out
did
after
do a
and
lot
said
of
that
interrupting,
He
I have to
interrupted
say
47 times as
Yes.
opposed to like Mike Pence was 20 times. Like it was
Yeah.
half the amount.
Yeah.
But the moderator also needed to put her foot down so much.
She was
sooner.
not good.
Yeah.
She was
I-
not
I
good.
felt
She was
bad
not
for
control.
her.
good
She
at
did
all.
not have
Yeah.
control in that debate.
I don't think she
Yeah,
expected
no.
it to go so the way
And
it
I'm
did.
glad that she finally did put her foot down and said, the people at home can't understand what you guys are saying. You're talking over
Right,
each other.
and you couldn't.
Yes,
no, you
right.
couldn't
So
understand
I'm
a
glad
thing
she
they were
finally
saying.
said something. I think both candidates made valid points. I do think Tim Kaine was a little more inappropriate in the terms of interrupting, but I think that both candidates. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone said Tim Kaine was boring. I did not find him boring.
No, I
So,
didn't find him boring
he was
at
more.
all.
He was very upbeat. He was
Oh,
very
very
upbeat.
much, yeah. I think that's a tough situation. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the presidential debates, at least they were standing, I think it makes you more guarded when you're standing
Yes.
behind a podium
Mm-hmm.
and you're,
Whereas
it's
they
almost
were
like a
more
ping
relaxed.
pong match.
Yeah.
It's like
but
us
then,
talking.
but to have two men that have never met before
I know.
at a table and you know your opponents.
Yeah, yeah.
And now you've got to debate hot topics.
Yeah. And
Wow,
it's not
that's,
only debating.
I think they would interrupt each other
Yeah.
more than
And
if
you
you're
know
behind the
what's
podium.
lousy about this whole thing is the people that like Trump and Pence, right?
Right.
you're not going to change their mind.
Exactly.
They're the people. The
Right.
same
Same
with
with
Clinton
Clinton
and
and
Kane.
Yeah.
You're not going to change.
You already
you
know who
can
you're voting
see,
for.
you could go on social media, on Facebook, and you can tell who's a Republican and who's a
Oh
Democrat.
yeah, oh yeah.
Right?
People,
I
kind of
mean,
like what
it
Al
is
said,
so-
like social
yeah,
media. It's
Yeah.
just-
I mean, it's crazy.
It is.
You gotta vote for the person.
For the
that
exactly,
you know,
exactly.
Right.
not the
Not
party.
Republican, not
party. Yeah.
Democrat, because
No,
that's what harms our
definitely.
country more than anything else.
Def-
Yes,
Definitely.
it's very
Yeah,
true.
it is.
The other tough thing I think that makes a VP debate much more difficult than a presidential debate is you're not only selling yourself as a VP candidate, you're also trying to sell the candidate you're running with.
Right.
Right.
Like you're,
Definitely.
like I think like Pence did a phenomenal job, and as a personal opinion, my favorite part was the end, his answer about partial birth abortion. Was it? I think it was. I think he's just a strong candidate. He has held his values. He has never flip-flopped. He's a full-on like strong candidate. He could have sold Trump a little bit more and, pumped up Trump a little bit more,
Yeah.
whereas Kane did a lot of pumping up of
too
Hillary.
much, too much.
Yes.
Way
so,
too much,
So like
yeah.
that's another thing as being a VP candidate is you need to also, you're there for the presidential candidate,
Right.
the candidate, your running mate.
That's
the man
true.
who picked you. So
Yeah.
it's less of what your values and your views are and more of how they're going to be a great candidate. So
Boy, that's
that's
right,
why it's a little
Kirby.
more difficult.
Well,
in
we
the
could
sense
go
of the
on with
VP.
this forever and ever and ever.
You're right, and there'll be more to
But,
come, so we
yeah,
can talk
we
about.
can talk
it'll be
about
interesting
it
to see how all
more.
four do for the next
Yeah.
Right.
upcoming.
So
Yeah,
there's
debate.
that's
on
what
Sunday.
the,
Yeah,
yes.
that'll be interesting to see. So,
But
yeah,
So on a
we
different
can,
topic,
yes, we can talk a little bit about Hurricane Matthew.
which is hitting
Boy.
landfall. It's
It
Scary,
is,
scary.
yes, and it's really done havoc to
have you guys?
Jamaica
I was
and
gonna see. Have you
Haiti.
seen some of those images
Oh,
and
my
videos?
gosh.
highways where all the traffic is going in
Yeah.
one direction, out and away from the coast.
It's really, it's
Scary,
scary for the
yeah.
people in Florida
Oh,
Yeah,
right now.
friends and family.
Yeah.
And I actually have a cousin too who goes to school at Ave Maria University.
Oh my goodness,
And it's in
right,
Ave
right
Maria,
in
Florida, and they're a little more inland, but they're hunkered down. They're
Right,
They're
I have a
still,
son in Fort
yeah,
Lauderdale.
and they're right
I
in the
forgot
path.
about
They're
it,
right
right.
there,
So my brother
and I have
lived.
lots of relatives right
Yeah.
in that area.
Scary.
Lots
We have
of
to
them,
keep
and it's
all-
scary, and you
Keep them
just
in our
gotta
prayers.
Yeah,
Keep them
you
in
gotta
our
keep
prayers.
all in your prayers.
Yep,
Yeah.
and,
And they're
And-
saying it's going to be a 24 to 26-hour storm too,
Oh, my
which
goodness.
means
Yeah, it's gonna be a long.
imagine people on Bahamas or places where you can't leave. Even.
Yeah,
so, I
the
mean, it's
Bahamas is
scary.
getting hit
Yeah.
right
Oh,
now.
God bless
With
them.
the eye.
Yeah,
It's
they're
so,
getting hit
so
now.
scary.
Haiti
Oh.
and
And they said more than
Jamaica.
Oh,
Jamaica
my
too,
God.
yeah.
just torn apart.
Very, very
Yeah.
I mean,
scary.
it
More
is.
than 2 million people evacuated Florida too, which is the largest
Mm-hmm.
evacuation in history for a storm at this capacity. So.
Right.
And
I have a
boarding
lot
up
of friends
windows
that
and-
evacuated their
from
homes
Florida.
and they
Oh.
went
But
to
your
hotels.
son's staying, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's staying because
It's his
he's
home.
got all
You have
that.
that connection
He's
with
got
your
Oh,
all
he's got
those
the safety
shutters,
features
the
and all?
hurricane shutters.
Oh,
He's
oh,
got
those-
them
yeah.
around his whole, because the back of his house is all glass. So he has them right
my
out
goodness.
there.
What are they like, metal or?
Yes,
pull
they're,
them down,
oh yeah,
right? Yeah.
they're strong.
Wow.
Okay, okay.
So he
So
does
he's going to
have
hunker
that.
down and stay
Yeah.
in this house.
Yes.
Wow.
Where's the best place that they tell you to go in your house? Because I
Usually-
mean, especially if you live in a ranch, because your roof is going to come
Right,
off no
you're-
matter
oh,
what.
the
Where do you go?
basement, if you
The
have a
basement, if you
basement,
have
a lot
one?
of Florida homes don't.
Yeah,
Or
they
a
tell you the
door
basement
frame.
Or the
a
bathroom, is
door
it
frame.
kind-
The
A door- the
bathroom is a
bathtub.
big.
Is it kind of
and
like
the
a
tub.
tornado?
The
Yeah.
tub, I believe, but
It's
very
just
scary.
scary. Well,
It
they're
is
saying
scary.
Yeah.
113 people were killed in the
Already.
Caribbean
God bless
countries.
them.
So
Yeah,
Jamaica.
just boy,
Bahamas,
just scary.
yeah.
You know, you gotta
Um,
pray for him. It's
They
scary.
108
cancel.
people
Yeah.
died in Haiti. Yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. I was just gonna say. 108
Yeah,
people.
no, they've canceled. So they've canceled all the flights now.
Oh
coming
yeah.
Out of
Oh yeah.
Scary.
Orlando
Yeah.
International Airport closes at 8
Can
tonight.
you imagine if
Yeah.
you're stuck there?
But
No.
Fort
The feeling
Lauderdale
of
and
that.
Miami, as far as I
Oh
know,
yeah,
they're
they've been
closed.
shut down.
They're all
Yep.
day.
And
yeah.
now they're telling people they need to be off the roads by 6. People who live on the strips, the peninsula strips and
Yeah.
everything. After, it's probably 6 o'clock now.
Right.
At 6 o'clock, they're no longer able to come over the bridge. You're stuck. And then I also heard this afternoon that water companies, water and sewer companies, and light electricity companies, so like our PSNH or Eversource rather,
Eversource, right.
and our water companies are shutting off water and electricity. So no matter what the
goodness.
condition of your house is, you are going to have no water and electricity.
Right.
So
Yeah.
And they're saying
it's tough.
they think we're going to be safe, obviously, or not
Yeah.
even have maybe rain.
Right.
or
We'll
winds,
get rain, but South Carolina
yeah.
and all
Oh
those
my
other
gosh.
states are going to get hit pretty hard too.
I wonder what we'll be thinking back to on our next
I
view
know.
with
Yeah.
it, you know, but
No.
boy, scary.
Yeah, it could lead. So WMUR reported today that a direct hit by Matthew could lead to massive destruction on a level unseen since Hurricane Andrew in Miami, which was in 1992. So, I mean, I was young. I was 2, so I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, scary.
It
But-
Scary
is,
though.
it's scary.
Yeah, and like
Boy.
it said, like mid-morning, Florida airports had canceled 1,400 flights, which is,
That's
it's a
lot
big
of
deal.
flights,
But then
yeah.
what do you do with all those people whose flights were canceled who can't get out? You not only have to find them shelter,
Oh my
you have to give
gosh.
them
Food,
vouchers,
Yeah.
food,
right,
water.
everything.
Like
Definitely.
those airlines or the airports are responsible for all those
Oh,
people.
scary.
So it's just sad the fact that it's a mandatory evacuation too.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who don't listen who are so gung ho on
So they're going
staying.
to stay in their
Not
homes.
necessarily your son,
Or
but
their
like
pets.
people.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah,
their pets.
pets.
Well, they opened a lot of school shelters, so
Yes,
they had pet
that's-
shelters, but the pet shelters were filled by 3 o'clock
You know,
this afternoon.
it's a hard thing though, you saying that, because I lived in the blizzard of '78
Yeah.
on the water. And my whole house was surrounded by water in Revere. I lived on the
Oh
beach.
yeah.
My whole house. My house looked like I was in an island.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know,
And you were still in it,
and I
Bob?
was still in it. And they had to come in
Survive.
with
Boats?
no, the boats couldn't even get through the ice.
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
gosh.
think, a front loader.
Oh my
And they
word.
had to break my fence, break my stairs
my
to get us
gosh.
out, because my kids were little.
Yeah.
And
Oh
they
my
put them all in the front loader
They
and
did
got us
not?
out. Yeah, I mean, you know, but you don't
It's
think.
sca-
If
yeah,
I
you
was
don't.
the next time they said
You
we
would have
were
been
going to have
gone.
tides,
You would have left.
I was gone.
You're like, bye. Bye, Felicia.
You
Bye,
never know
Matthew.
what someone else has been through.
Yeah, it
I
was
never would've
amazing.
guessed
Yeah,
that.
and
Wow.
they said it's going to get to the point where first responders aren't going to respond.
Right.
Because they have to
it's
worry
their
about their own
life. That's
safety.
right, and their
Right.
families.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
So
that's what happened.
it's-
Boy.
Fend for yourself.
Yeah.
We have great first responders.
We
here
do,
in Londonderry,
yeah.
so I
Yeah,
no man
so
left behind.
Definitely.
We just
Yeah, we're the
pray
best.
for the people
Yeah, but
and just hope that.
Well, on a
Boy.
little lighter
Yeah.
note,
Happy
let's
note,
go to a
right?
happy
thing.
note.
Now that
Good.
we've talked about the negatives,
and the tough. Yeah.
the negatives, but also the negative athletes, like things negatively that have happened with
Right.
athletes over the past
Like
couple
we
weeks.
right,
Yeah.
like we talked
Yeah.
about. Well, now we can talk about David Ortiz.
Little positive note.
Yeah, and he is a great guy. He's been with the Red Sox since 2003. He's never been on another team but the Red Sox. He
He's
never.
been a great asset.
Yeah,
Yes, he has been. Hate to
unbelievable.
see him
And
go.
he's been, really good. Plus what he's done for the Children's Fund.
Yeah.
I mean, he has over 500 children here and in the Dominican Republic, because that's
Yeah.
where he comes from.
Right.
A lot of
That-
players do.
Yes,
Yeah,
a
that's true,
lot
Libby, right.
that he has really worked with
Mm-hmm.
in surgeries and funded for certain things to be done for those kids. A lot of heart
awesome.
We need
problems
more,
that these
you
kids.
know.
We need more
More.
like
We do,
that.
yeah.
That
And
we
that-
can
yeah.
talk
And
about.
that's where the
Positive impact
attention-
on society.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's going to continue with his foundation?
Oh,
This is his last
definitely.
year with the
Yeah.
Red Sox and in baseball.
He
But you think
definitely
he's
will.
going to
He
devote
said
a
he
lot more
was.
time to it? Okay, that's awesome.
He said, and
Probably
he had his
grandchildren.
family on, and
Yeah.
they gave him such a farewell Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
See, I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
Oh
me too.
my
I did
gosh,
touch
it was
it, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
were
I
leaving.
couldn't move.
Oh,
Actually,
it took your
I would have
breath away.
cried.
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
Sunday, I had all my grandkids,
Mm-hmm.
well, 5 of them over the boys, and my daughter for dinner, and they wanted to watch the Pats game, right?
And you're like, no.
I'm like, no, go in my bedroom and watch that. We're watching this. And they all sat there. And my 7-year-old grandson never took his eyes.
Oh my
Because
God.
in a way,
dear.
it's a
But
part of
that's
sports
a positive,
history.
It is.
right?
It's a way-
and it's
it's
a
sports
positive
history, yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Instead of all the
Oh,
bad
my
stuff we
goodness.
hear.
And a 7-year-old to be captivated. And
He was like unbelievable.
Isn't
just
that beautiful?
Just staring at
Wow.
that. And we were like, do you like this?
Yeah.
That's
and
pretty
he said,
impressive.
"Yeah."
That really is.
Yeah, because
boy.
it was something that was a positive.
And a role model.
Right.
For the
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
For
awesome.
the
So
youth
it was
and for all of us.
That's so
Yeah,
great.
good
Yes, I
stuff,
mean, thank
Bonnie.
you for sending along that information too, because reading up
Right.
more on his foundation and what he does for kids.
Oh
and
my
there was
gosh.
an instance that he was talking about where he had gone to a hospital, gone to the bedside of a 2-year-old who was not so healthy, and he thought of his own son who was 2 at the time, and he all that he wanted to do was just help those kids.
Yeah.
And
Which
is that
is
where
a
the
wonderful
foundation came
thing.
out of, Kirby, maybe? Probably,
Somewhere, I think
yeah.
in the history of the foundation,
Wow.
that
Yeah.
story was
Unbelievable.
discussed.
Yeah,
So
it
makes
really.
you-
I
Good
hope
man,
they do a
good
lot
man.
more for him too. Like
Yeah.
a little bit more for him, because this is going to sound like a silly question. Is the season over?
The season, no. Well, the season
Season.
itself
It's
is
over.
over. Now we're
Okay.
into the elimination.
Okay, World Series.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
not
I
really.
understand.
I didn't
This
think
is-
I'm like,
It's like-
I haven't
This is
paid
the
attention
part
to
to
football.
get
I
into the
know.
World
See, I
Series.
called it
I-
football.
The regular
I don't pay attention to
season is
sports.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm a.
I gotta
Are
get
the
ready.
Red
I
Sox?
yeah.
Are the
You
Red Sox
talking
in
about
the
it got
winning
me
for the
excited.
World
Oh,
Series?
yeah, well, they're in the first.
The first.
It's so many different.
Yeah, doesn't it go
Parts.
like?
Yes, they're doing the
'cause they do the
Cleveland
Northeast.
Indians.
Right,
Actually,
that's
tonight
right.
I think it's their
Champions.
first game.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Wait, well,
against
we
the
gotta go
Indians.
then. We gotta go.
I'll
Yes,
just do a little
yeah.
more
Remember.
research on him.
Yeah,
I've always gone to Red Sox games. I mean, I worked for the Fisher Cats. Still don't
that's
understand
right,
a lot
that's
about.
right.
Still don't understand
I love
a
the
lot about
atmosphere
baseball.
of it,
Yes.
I think because I got so many grandchildren.
Yeah.
Yes.
that
You get
I
into
go,
sports so much
I
more.
get into so much sport
Yeah.
with them.
Exciting.
You know,
Yeah.
We'll get
that I
better.
think
We'll get
that's
better.
Yeah,
what
we'll
you'll
do a
get
little more
better.
Yeah, we'll get better.
Yep,
but,
with age.
Yeah.
With age, no, but,
Yeah, I could
boy.
a little. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Um,
But yeah, thank you for bringing this to an end on a
Yeah,
positive
yes,
note.
Yes,
Bonnie, thank
for
you.
a
I think we
change.
knocked it out of the park tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Home
we
run,
did. Home
run.
run.
Kathy, we miss you. It's not the same being
Yeah.
here without you.
And
And,
again, any ideas that you'd like to have, if you, anyone specific
Absolutely.
you'd like to see on our show, or any ideas you'd like us to talk about, we do have an email address. It's the Londonderry View 4@gmail.com.
please email us.
Yes,
Give
we
us
would
your
love it.
ideas. Tell us
We've
if we need
received
to
a bunch of emails so
something
far,
different.
and we're really excited to take
Yeah.
some of them into act. So,
some possible
awesome.
guests. So thank you.
yes,
See you
have
next
a great
time.
night.